is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. The Fed raised the interest rate again yesterday, another quarter point. The hell is the matter with them?
Full steam ahead.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They don't know. Banks are collapsing all over the place. They've promised more, probably are on the way. And they're still raising interest rates?
Yeah, and to your point, they admitted yesterday that they're trying to figure out what
we don't know
happened
what
with
to do.
the banks. I don't know.
Unreal.
It's your policies.
Need to do away with the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve needs to go.
Let's do it. I like that.
Yes.
I like that. And after that, they raised the rate a quarter of a point. They talked to all the different members of the Federal Reserve Board, and they were asked for predictions like 18 months out. Like, what do you think the interest rate's going to be 18 months from now? And they ranged from 2.4%
2.4
to 5.6%.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Remember those numbers, but
what is it now? Around 7?
nah, it's just below. What is it?
6, 7%?
Hang on.
Jeez.
What is it? Anybody know interest rate?
What is it, Martin? Did you just say?
6?
It's around 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Around 6%, which is great if you're buying a home, isn't it? Yeah. If you're selling a home, it's really, really great because everybody wants to pay a 6% interest rate when they were paying 3 or in the 2s somewhere. What, a year and a half ago? It's asinine. It's asinine.
Yeah.
Jeez. And what is the Federal Reserve but the 12 biggest banks in the country? You know, it's Chase, it's Bank of America, it's a conglomerate of the big banks who are too big to fail. And they get together and they decide where interest rates go? Oh, all right.
So wait. So the unanimous decision puts the key benchmark federal funds rate at a range of 4.75 to 5%. Is that right? You said, what did you say? It was 6? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the prime that the banks pay. We pay more than that, of course.
I got you. Well, and then they also said that in 18 months, I can't remember if they said in 2025 or if they said exactly 18 months, that their goal is to get the inflation rate down to 2%.
Oh, wow. Good luck.
Which, remember, is still higher than it was under Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 1.7, I think.
Yeah. And if it's 2%, I mean, is that 2% from the astronomical highs that it's been going through under Biden? That's kind of like when Yellen says, oh, no, we're recovering great. Well, you took us to the toilet. So anything is considered a recovery at this point. Ugh, what a terrible administration.
Oh, my gosh. Worst of all time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought Jimmy Carter was bad. You know,
give me those days, right?
I thought, oh, please. I take them in a heartbeat over this. In a heartbeat. Yeah, I was pretty young under Carter, but I still, I was aware that the economy sucked and that interest rates were 18% and unemployment rates were high. I mean,
did you ever think during the Obama administration that one day we would look back and go, man, give me Obama again.
No.
Compared to this?
No.
Compared to this? Of course, we have Obama again, basically.
Yeah, we do.
His third term.
That's true. But I would take the days of 2009, 2010 over now. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. And the days of Trump, I mean, those are like dream days. Those... We were on a 4-year vacation under Trump.
Help.
So, jeez.
Help.
Speaking of which... Is he going to be arrested today? Is today the day?
I don't know.
Is tomorrow the day?
What a clown show.
Next week the day? Now apparently the DA is in some hot water because he's been hiding evidence.
Oh, is that right? I knew in his own office there was pushback on this.
Hundreds of pages of documents.
Telling him that your case is too weak to be doing this. But I didn't realize there was an evidence issue, huh?
Yeah, there's a problem there. And so that'll be interesting to see. A lot of people want him prosecuted.
I like it.
That would be fun. If it backfired on him, blew up in his face like that, how great would that be?
Is George Soros going to bail him out, though?
Probably.
He got him elected. I mean, that's the least he can do is to
bail him
go
out
and get
now.
him.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much going on right now. And yesterday on Capitol Hill, there were all kinds of things happening. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken telling Congress what the State Department budget was focused on.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The budget will advance our efforts to modernize the State Department, including by expanding our training float, updating our technology, carrying out diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility initiatives, including to make our overseas missions more accessible.
There it is. There it is.
Including diversity, equity, and inclusion. Shut up with the diversity, equity, inclusion bullcrap. Why would that be something that we aspire to? Seriously. Shouldn't we be aspiring to hiring the best freaking people for a job? Any job. State Department, military, the Biden administration, anywhere you have an opening, you want the best person available to hire. If that's a black, lesbian, trans woman, fine. Let it be that person. But if it's a white guy who's 55 years old, hire him. I can't take this DEI bull crap. I just can't take it.
Welcome to Marxism 101, where we divide a populace under the guise of uniting it. And that's exactly what this is.
Oh, no question. No question.
It's gross.
This is the worst division of probably any nation in world history. I can't imagine that anybody's been divided faster than the United States of America has. I mean, a country that was pretty together, especially during the early stages of the Iraq War. Look how we've fallen apart since then. Look how we've come apart at the seams since then.
By design.
Sure is. And they've been brilliant about it. There's just no doubt about it. They have brilliantly executed that plan. And we've talked about it many times. I mean, they've been doing this for 100 years. They know what they're doing. And they're super patient. And they're going about it systematically. And they're successful. It's amazing. Now, if they were just naked communists, why then the American people would fight against it. The American people would rise up. But they've done this too slowly. And they're not revolutionaries, many of them. And so, over time, they've been able to accomplish their goals of fundamentally transforming the United States of America. Hopefully that sounds familiar. It's exactly what Barack Obama said he was going to do in 2008. It's exactly what is happening now, and it is the job that Joe Biden is finishing today. Then there was Joe Biden's EPA chief, Michael Regan, telling us how that department is spending your tax dollars.
Oh. In fiscal year 2024, EPA requests more than $375 million and 265 FTE for the Environmental Justice Program. Oh. The funding will help to expand support for community-based organizations, indigenous organizations, tribes, states, local government, and other territorial governments so that they can identify and develop solutions to their environmental justice concerns through multi-partner collaborations.
Okay, good.
So hold on. Do you like the environment? Yes or no?
Okay,
do you like justice? Yes or no?
I like justice.
Aha. Yeah. So you obviously enjoy environmental justice.
No.
It was madness yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. The DEI, the diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yep.
And then you got the environmental justice BS.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, don't forget.
Gosh.
This was the edict, the executive order from Joe Biden that said each federal department has 90 days to come up with a battle plan to implement DEI. And now they're presenting these cases to us. They're saying, "Yep, this is what we're going to do." I mean, this sucks. I mean, to the point where they even, we talked about this, they developed AI to go through and increase the rates of audit for whites, Asians, and mixed race people.
All right.
In this country.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this nation is, it's off the rails. We are, we've derailed.
Yep.
It's like, what do you say? Like, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I hope there's a good judge out there. I hope some of this stuff gets in front of a Trump judge. Otherwise, yep.
Well, it shows you how critical, absolutely imperative it is to win the presidency back in the Republican Party. And it almost doesn't matter what Republican it is, just so he's not a freaking Marxist.
Don't care.
I don't care. I mean, whatever. Nikki Haley, fine, put her in. Just get rid of the Marxists.
That's literally we've always said, we get stuck with the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Our standards have been low.
Oh,
now it's just like, we just don't want a Marxist, please.
Right.
That's all.
Whether that's Trump, DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever. Ramaswamy would be fantastic. But it doesn't matter at this point. Just get the Democrats out.
Right.
Seriously, they can never win another national election, or we're done. Well, they will finish the job that they've started if they win in 2024. They'll finish the job.
I mean, Trump was the speed bump for the left, and he was...
and that pissed him off.
Yeah, he was the finger in the dike for America.
Right.
And they made sure, 2,000 mules, in 2020 that wasn't going to happen again. Because Hillary Clinton was supposed to be the third term of Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. Instead, we were able to put that off for 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, those 4 years... Remember the case that was made by those that were early supporters of Donald Trump? The judges, right? Mm-hmm. My gosh, that was so true. That was so true. How many of these things have been stopped in their tracks by Trump judges?
A lot of them.
Can you imagine this country, as insane as we are right now, in a world where we didn't have those 4 years? Remember, Mitch McConnell said in all of his time, and that turtles live a long time, in all of his time in the Senate, he has never known when the federal judgeships were completely filled. And they happened under Trump. So there are a lot of good people out there making decisions, stopping some of this crap in its tracks.
Yep.
And that's what we have to hope for at this point with this stuff.
Yes. Yes. I mean, they're the finger in the dike right now.
Yes.
The federal judges are. And the two Supreme Court justices that were installed by Trump. I mean, it was critical. That was essential to the health and survival of the United States of America during these first 2 years of Biden, because they are trying to accelerate this thing and just finish us off. They're doing everything they possibly can to do that.
What's the thing? Voter harvesting, ballot harvesting. Mm-hmm. It's legal. Mm-hmm. It's insane, but it's legal. I mean, Trump said it himself. We've got to make sure that we're a part of that this go around.
Oh, no question.
We've got to find these places.
We're going to fight fire with fire.
It's out of our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to do some research to find out where these places are.
Right.
We're going to have to go to the old folks' homes or whatever, but that's how you're going to have to fight this.
Yeah, and there are finally some Republicans waking up to that reality and saying, "Yeah, you know what? We're gonna have to be a part of this." I know we just want to show up to the polling booth and place our vote and put that piece of paper in the little box, and we're done.
Call it done. Yep.
That's not enough now. That's not enough, and the Democrats have shown us that. So I hope we learn that lesson. Yeah. There's just so many good people in this administration. KJP, kind of explaining how she got the job.
Is this an admission?
Yeah, this is so great. This is pretty much the DEI situation, right?
Right.
When I was asked to do this job, it wasn't by accident. It wasn't because, you're the last person standing. It was no. We want you to be the face of this administration. That's purposeful.
Yeah.
When you think about that, that is purposeful.
That's purposeful?
Yeah. All the people that came before me, it was purposeful for that then president to pick that person.
Okay.
Yeah. And, it takes effort, it takes, courage, and it takes understanding where we are as a country to say Karine Jean-Pierre, Black queer immigrant woman, is going to be my face, is going to represent who we are as an administration.
Oh, there you go. She knows. At least she knows why she's in the job.
Right.
She's black and she's queer. That is such a weird thing, too. Queer used to be a really bad word.
I know, right?
Yeah. And now they use it themselves all the time. Black, queer. Wait, what? What?
By the way, I didn't send this in because what is the point? But yesterday, Peter Doocy asked her, hey, what did the Biden family get paid for by this Chinese company? I mean, Jim Jordan has asked that. A lot of people have been asking that. Mm-hmm. Just tell us what service did they provide to this foreign country? And she's like, I'm just not going to answer that from up here. no. There's been so many lies told by Republicans for the last several years. I'm just not even going to talk about that.
Yeah, and he said,
stop.
Didn't Ducey say the bank records don't lie?
Right. She doesn't care.
I think I have that. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Let's just see here if this is...
Thank you, Karine. House Oversight says they've got bank records showing a Chinese energy company paying 3 Biden family members through a third party. What were they paid for?
Look, I'm just not going to respond to that from here. Look, we have heard from House Republicans for years and years and years how the inaccuracies and lies when it comes to this issue. And I don't even know where to begin to even answer that question, because again, it's been lies and lies and inaccuracy for the past couple of years, and I'm just not going to get into it.
The lies have come from the other side saying that none of it's real. Those have been the lies, not from Republicans. Republicans are saying, look, this computer thing, this is Hunter Biden's computer. This is not Russian misinformation, Russian hacking, Russian agents. This is Hunter Biden's computer, which we fully know is the truth now. What are you talking about? They're lies. What lies? Wow. Oh, she's the worst.
The worst.
The absolute worst. But, of course, we just found out why she's in the job, and so...
She's the perfect face for this administration.
She is, yeah. Yeah, she is. Whew. All right. Yeah, and then Ducey said it stops before that, the audio, but bank records don't lie, which is so true. Bank records aren't lying about this. They're trying to hide behind that. They're trying to tell you that you can't believe your own eyes and your own ears. But that's not going to work anymore because we've gone too far down this road. We know the Bidens, too much information has come out. I mean, how do you explain the distribution of $1 million to these 3 family members? How? How do you explain that? Well, they can't. So they're just going to call it lies. Wow. Which is exactly what they did with the computer situation, with Hunter Biden's computer. Yeah, it's lies. That's not his computer. Well, ask Hunter Biden. Yeah, I don't know if that's mine. No, I don't know. And now he does. And now he's suing the guy for invasion of privacy.
Yeah, that's so weird, man.
Okay,
yeah.
Also, you might remember that Congress unanimously passed the bill that would reveal all the information the government has about the origins of COVID. I mean, there's so many things going on simultaneously right now. So many things that have been covered up, swept under the rug. And it's all coming out at the same time right now. Joe Biden even signed that into law. The White House has no timetable on when they'll declassify everything they have. But yesterday, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson had his secretary, Xavier Becerra, in front of the committee, and here's what happened there.
By the way, we're down. You have produced 350 pages to us in the reading room. For over a year, we've been asking for the last 50 pages. This is what the 50 pages look like, okay?
Redact, redact.
I don't think a word of it is readable, right?
Yeah. Now, again, I would argue congressional oversight should not be subject to the same redactions that were applied under a FOIA request. I'm asking you, will you commit today to provide our oversight? And Senator Paul is on this now. Again, we had 5 members of Homeland Security Government Affairs under a law that says you shall provide this. Will you commit to provide us the last 50 pages of communication between Anthony Fauci, Francis Collins, Jamie Farrar, as relates to the origin of the coronavirus? Will you commit to that?
Senator, I absolutely will commit to make sure we follow up with you on your request to get some of that information. Again, this is in compliance with the law that you receive the information. I don't know what particular statute with regard to disclosure was applied here, but you are absolutely entitled to the information that by law a member of the Senate or the House should get.
Again, you're not complying with the law because you're redacting things, for example, under deliberative process between and within agencies, and it's communication outside of the agencies with the Welcome Trust. Again, these redactions are not complying with the law.
They don't care.
No, they don't care.
Do you ever get the sense, because you bring it up often, about the border wall shall be built? Did the definition of shall change and we just weren't clued in on that?
Yeah, must have.
It seems to come up a lot. And just,
Shall must be the opposite of what we once believed it to be, because shall doesn't mean anything
you keep
to the government
using
anymore.
that word.
I don't think it means what you think it means. But, you can't expect Xavier Becerra to help with classified documents. He doesn't even know how many of his employees show up for work every day.
Oh, no.
Check this out.
Tell me this, please. Can you give a breakdown of how many full-time employees are at their desk in one of these buildings
Parking lot's
every
empty.
day?
Empty lot.
Senator, when you take a look at the workforce at HHS, and we're close to 90,000 throughout the country,
That's a problem right there.
and working in various parts of the country, some here in headquarters. By the way, headquarters, we have an underground.
I got limited time, so this may be misleading. So tell me, what percent of the employees are at their desk, full-time employees are at the desk on any given day? And I don't mean to be rude, it's just so limited time.
No, and I appreciate that. And our folks are working full-time.
No, but how many are at their desk as opposed to being at home or someplace else, a coffee shop or whatever?
Yeah, what we make sure we care about is that they're performing and they're delivering, and that's why.
Well, that's not really answering my question, because I know the best practices now in many industries is to bring people back in. So is it 5%? Is it 10%? Is it 1%? How many folks are actually sitting at their desk in a government building when they are working full-time every day?
And we have folks who, as they're working full-time.
So it's kind of not a... Clearly, sir, you don't want to answer that question.
Oh, my gosh.
Clearly, he doesn't. He doesn't want to. Because I think the answer would shock America. Now, I don't know when they took that photo.
Right.
That could be misleading. Maybe it was a Sunday afternoon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the parking lot is empty. Well, sir, we've got an underground facility for parking. Okay. All right. So everybody's parked underground.
Yeah.
All 90,000 employees.
Which is bullcrap, because that was a nice day. It wasn't raining or snowing or anything. It was a dry parking lot.
Right.
One car out there. I mean, look, you can sense the frustration. It's not only with us. It's with our elected representatives, who that's their job, is to get answers and provide oversight. And they can't even get the information from these Marxists. I can't. Oh.
Okay, but on the border, certainly the secretary, HHS Secretary, can tell us where the 85,000 unaccompanied immigrant children
that should be
are.
easy, right? Yeah.
Because we know there's 85,000 that have just been released into the country, and certainly we know where they are.
Uh-huh.
And Senator, every week I get briefed by my team, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, on this situation with the unaccompanied migrant kids and where we stand. I've never heard that number of 85,000.
You've never heard that 85,000?
I don't know where it comes from. Okay. And so I can't attest. I would say it doesn't sound at all to be realistic. And what we do is we try to follow up as best we can with these kids. Congress has given us certain authorities. Our authorities essentially end the moment we have found a suitable sponsor to place that child with. We try to do some follow-up, but neither the child or the sponsor is actually obligated to follow up with us. And we make every effort to follow up with them as best we can.
Of course you do. I love these circular arguments. We don't know where that number came from.
Yeah.
It came from you, from your department. It came from HHS. It was the New York Times quoting HHS numbers. I don't know where that came from. It came from you.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know where that number came from? They check on all these minors, though, by calling them a month after they begin living with their sponsors, according to data obtained by the Times. Showed that over the last 2 years, the agency could not reach more than 85,000 children. Overall, the agency lost immediate contact with a third of migrant children.
And in other words, that's the New York Times taking information from the HHS department that he is like, I don't know where it came from.
I don't know. Where'd you get that? We got it from You. Again, you.
I can't help us.
It's the worst. It is the absolute worst, and they get away with it.
I know.
Somehow they get away with it every single time. I mean, it's interesting. This came out during a hearing, but it's going to be forgotten. 10 minutes from now, we'll completely forget about it, and he won't be asked about it anymore.
Yeah, but how often are they in front? Like every quarter, I think the different secretaries have to go in there. So 3 months from now, he'll be back there. And they'll be like, you still haven't gotten
you find those 85,000 children yet?
Oh, sorry, we're working on it. Yeah.
We'll have to get those numbers to you. We'll get them after. I don't have that number in front of me. But
what else did you need to know last time? Oh, yeah, that's right. Something about employees, how many show up. I still got to get that back to you.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that.
So what was the other thing you needed? The COVID docs, the emails. Shoot, we're working on that.
Yeah. I don't have those numbers in front of me. Why the hell not? I asked you months ago about it.
Honestly,
get it done.
Does the Wi-Fi in the Capitol not work? Can they not bring their laptops?
Right.
I think we've had this discussion with Jeffy before. Why are these guys sitting there answering questions without a computer open in front of them?
Or at least their phone.
Something.
Open your phone and tell me the number right now, because you know the number. If you don't have it in your head, it's on your freaking phone or your iPad.
I want to hear someone go, Mr. Chairman, can you pause my time while the secretary checks his emails here? Absolutely, You can do that. All right. Go ahead and we'll wait here and just take your time. Let us know when you're, and then they'll talk and they'll cut up with the staff and talk. Right. As what I want for lunch. Have you? You're still looking? Okay, we'll wait. I mean, why aren't we doing that?
I don't know. It's not 1865. It's not like we're sending a pony down to the Capitol building, and then they're rummaging through papers, and then they have to take the pony back. Yeah. To the Capitol.
Maybe that's what got Ulysses S. Grant in trouble. Yeah. Right? Because he was riding too fast to get to Congress. Fast. He's like, I've got that information that they need at the Capitol. You got to let me go, officer.
Oh, man.
Help us.
Just unbelievable. I mean, in 2023, there's no excuse. There's just really no excuse. I don't have those numbers in front of me. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you don't, you should. You've got a device that certainly has access to all of that information, which is computerized in your system. Are you telling me you don't have access to that system? You're a lying sack.
It's seriously. Why?
And I'm going to hold you in contempt of Congress.
Okay.
Right now.
Right.
How about that?
But why is it? And they don't have to sit there. I understand. It cannot be easy whether you're in the Biden administration or whatever, to sit there and answer questions from Congress.
Well, of course.
So you sit there with your assistant.
Right.
And then they could be like,
show
sitting
me
at the
numbers.
laptop. Right. And it's like, no, I put it in the other spreadsheet. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Okay, here. And then, this can be done.
Oh, yeah. It's not hard. It is not hard. They have access to all of that information. They may not have access to the 85,000 kids because I don't think they pay attention to that. They don't care. They don't care where those kids are. Those kids have disappeared into the country, and we have no idea probably where they are now. But the number of employees and all that kind of stuff, they keep track of that. They know full well. Jeez. I mean, who was it that just said only 5% of our employees are coming in to work every day? And we need it to be much higher than that. So everybody has until the end of the week to get back into the office. I mean, they do that in business all the time. Are you telling me HHS can't do that? Of course they could. They just don't want to. They just don't care.
That's right.
We got another hearing to get into from yesterday. A district court nominee was in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. We'll get into that coming up here in a minute. God, I mean, there's just so much going on in Capitol Hill. A lot of people being asked questions. Nobody has any answers. But it's interesting because the Moderna CEO was in front of the firing squad yesterday.
He answered questions.
And John Kennedy had some interesting questions for him. We'll get into that coming up in just a minute. I got some tweets here. Bad Engineer tweets, the best people don't want to work for the government. Yeah, but, you can still try to get the best available, I guess I should say. The best available. Rather than look for just a person who is diverse, look for somebody who could really do the job. There's got to be a few of them.
Should I write this down? That seems kind of complicated.
Does it? Yeah, write it down. Write it down, and we'll send it to the Biden administration. Kamala apologist tweets, but Pat, I think you're missing the point. For the leftists, the best person for the job is the person who will do what the commies say without thinking for themselves or putting up a fight. In that sense, they're nailing these hiring decisions. Jeffy's pet zebra. The left is slowly taking the country down the path of Marxism. We become a drug addict, taking a little at a time and just getting used to it till we're too weak to fight back. We need a spiritual detox and to take our country back to God. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that would save us, frankly. Brandished finger guns. Pat, you keep using the anagram wrong. It's not DEI. It's actually DIE. Die. Yeah. Okay. The pickled squirrel, KJP, as the face of the Biden administration? Well, incompetence. Sorry, I've got to...
Uh-oh. Bless you.
Got to sneeze.
Is this a twofer?
No, I think it's just the one. Just one. That's
weird. Yeah,
that is really weird.
Yeah, I'm sneezing in threes now.
Really?
I think it means I'm dying. So.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly what that means. Yes. Any more than twice?
Right.
Man, you're...
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I think that's only the second time I've ever sneezed on the air.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Really weird. Really weird. The pickled squirrel tweets, KJP is the face of the Biden administration. Well, incompetence is best represented by incompetence.
There you go.
Okay. Kara 3022. The other thing I'm really tired of in these hearings is asking nicely for these pieces of crap to comply. Start demanding answers or threaten obstruction of Congress charges.
Right. Is there not a...
that's what needs to be done.
We need a bailiff in there. Bailiff, you know what? Take the witness.
Right. Take them out in chains.
Yeah.
I want their ankles chained. Mm-hmm. I want their hands and wrists chained. And then put a bar between, like, their... put their arms behind their back and a bar through their arms.
School, right?
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Right. And then drag them out of there. And then beat them.
Wait.
Okay, wait.
That's next week. If you haven't given us the answers by then we beat you.
Right. All right. Or at least inject you with truth serum. What's that stuff called?
Yes.
Yes, that stuff. So in another hearing yesterday, a district court nominee was in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He's currently a federal magistrate judge, and Senator John Kennedy had a question for the nominee.
Tell me how you analyze a Brady motion.
How I analyze a Brady motion?
Yes.
Senator, in my 4.5 years on the bench, don't believe I've had the occasion to address a Brady motion in my career.
Do you know what a Brady motion is?
Senator, in my time on the bench, I've not had occasion to address that, and so
the answer is no.
It's not coming to mind at the moment what a Brady motion is.
Do you recall the U.S. Supreme Court case, Brady v. Maryland?
I do recall the name of the case, Senator, yes.
And what did it hold?
I believe
Senator, I have no idea.
Brady case, Senator, I believe the Brady case involves something regarding the Second Amendment. It is not. I've not had occasion to address that. If that issue were to come before me, I would certainly analyze that Supreme Court precedent and apply it as I would need to the facts in front of me.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That was a good guess, right?
Yeah.
He went with the Second Amendment, thinking it was like the Brady Bill or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not so much.
You didn't even foul that one off, bro. It was in 1963.
Okay.
So it's obviously
this is not about James Brady.
Not about James Brady or guns. It's a U.S. Supreme Court case that established that the prosecution must turn over all evidence that might exonerate the defendant. So the prosecution failed to for Brady, and he was convicted. He challenged his conviction, arguing it had been contrary to the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment and the U.S. Constitution. So not even close. Your guess. I mean, it was a good guess.
Near. It was, because, you would think, okay, there's a gun legislation, I think, about Brady.
Let's go with that.
Is it James Brady who was shot with Reagan?
I'm going to go Second Amendment, sir.
How about that? No. It's interesting that Kennedy didn't even address it. No, that's not it. No.
That was, and so people were like, that's a gotcha question. Dude is a judge wanting to be elevated. There are no gotcha questions. This is why he went to school, is to learn this stuff. I think it's just hilarious to watch John Kennedy play with these nominees.
And it's one after another. How many have we seen lately where they don't know anything about the position they're applying for?
The FAA guy.
Oh my gosh,
was 0 for 13 if you really break down that response.
He was bad. He was just really, really bad.
In fact, there's some association, I forgot who it was saying you got to withdraw this nomination. Like the FAA
they did.
Guy. Oh, that's done?
I think, right?
Okay.
Did they not? It seems like I heard that he's out.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think they're going with somebody else.
Good.
Is that accurate?
Let's see. I don't know. I see a pilot association says that was 6 days ago. I don't see that he has been withdrawn for the FAA.
That's amazing.
Yet.
That is amazing. Wow. Also on Capitol Hill yesterday, the Moderna CEO took fire from both sides of the aisle. We're gonna get into that. We've got a lot of clips for you on overtime. So we're going to share all of that with you because it does involve the vaccine, and you can't talk about the vaccine and still have a channel on YouTube. So,
Rand Paul covered a lot of ground yesterday, and it's definitely worth watching. And if you want to see that, please sign up, blazetv.com/Pat, and we'll get that to you.
And that way you'll see the entire overtime show.
Yeah.
So subscribe. And you go to blazetv.com/Pat and put in the promo code Pat, and you'll save something.
Is it like 4,000 off?
I think it's four grand. I think it's $4,000.
We're not sure. You have to type it in and find out. But yeah,
like Pat 4,000.
Pat try Pat. You never know. But yeah, it was interesting that the Moderna CEO not only got it from Rand Paul on the right, but from Bernie Sanders on the left. It was a fun day.
Wow. Also, likely 2024 presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis sat down with Piers Morgan. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. They were kind of leaking some of the things that were said. And so it was on Fox Nation last night where he was asked, what's the biggest difference between himself, Ron DeSantis, and Donald Trump?
People have been quite kind of scathing. They've said you're house-trained Donald, you're Diet Coke to his full Coke, right? You've heard all this stuff. What are the differences between you? Well, I know him very well. Having now spent time with you, I could immediately identify a few differences. But what do you think are the differences?
Well, I mean, I think there's a few things. I mean, obviously, the approach to COVID was different. I mean, I would have fired somebody like Fauci. I think that he got way too big for his britches, and I think he did a lot of damage. I also think just in terms of my approach to leadership, I get personnel in the government who have the agenda of the people and share our agenda. If you bring your own agenda in, you're gone. We're just not going to have that. So the way we run the government, I think, is no daily drama, focus on the big picture, and put points on the board. And I think that that's something that's very important.
I think the difference is bigger than that. I could come up with a few other differences.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. It's the hair, right? It's the hair.
It's the hair. Well, partly the hair. Okay. Yeah. One does a really weird comb over, the other does not.
Okay.
But that's the only other difference. Well, there's a few others. We just won't get into them right now.
Okay.
Does DeSantis have any thoughts on the nicknames Trump has given him?
Ooh.
Which is your favourite nickname that Trump's given you so far? Is it Ron DeSanctimonious or Meatball Ron?
Well, I can't.
I think even he went off Meatball Ron.
I can't. I don't know how to spell DeSanctimonious. I don't really know what it means, but I kind of like it's long. It's got a lot of vowels. I mean, so we'd go with that. That's fine. You can call me whatever you want. I mean, just as long as you also call me a winner, because that's what we've been able to do in Florida is put a lot of points on the board and really take the state to the next level.
Call me a winner.
That's how he needs to play it, though.
Yeah.
That's how he needs to play it. Just let it roll off your back and don't worry about the nicknames and the attacks from the other side. Just let it go. Just let it go. I think that's the best move he could make right now. Because if he goes back at him, I think he loses. DeSantis also shared some thoughts on Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
What's your view of Putin?
Look, I think he's got grand ambitions. I think he's hostile to the United States. But I think the thing that we've seen is he doesn't have the conventional capability to realize his ambitions. And he's basically a gas station with a bunch of nuclear weapons. And so for us, one of the things we could be doing better is utilizing our own energy resources in the United States. We could be permitting natural gas pipelines from Marcellus, doing a lot in Alaska. That's where he gets all his power. And obviously, he's influenced Europe by having so much energy. So the way to hit Putin is to hit him with energy. But I do think you look back, all the defense analysts and me in the past, we overestimated his conventional capability. This has been a huge blunder for him, huge costs, and we'll see what ends up happening with his longevity and power. But this has been a loss for them.
There is a move now to hold him accountable for war crimes, bombing maternity hospitals, and genocidal activity in parts of Ukraine, wiping out whole cities, Mariupol and others. Would you support that?
I mean, I think he is a war criminal. This ICC, we have not done that in the United States because we're concerned about our soldiers or people being brought under it. But I do think that he should be held accountable.
Okay. Well, sure sounds like he's going to run for president, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it also sounds like after this 3-day meeting between Putin and Xi, there is a new world order setting up. And I don't like it. But, you know, what is it? Power abhors a vacuum, or what is it?
Yeah, and they're stepping right into it.
They are absolutely doing that. And you know, China came to town saying, hey, we got a peace plan for Ukraine and Russia. So 5 minutes after Xi left, Russia launched a bunch of missiles into Ukraine, into apartment buildings, and killing many people. And it's not going to get better anytime soon over there.
Speaking of which, the World Bank just released a report yesterday that puts the cost of Ukraine's recovery and rebuilding. Okay, this is now. So the war's not over yet. So right now, they put the number at $411 billion. $411 billion to rebuild Ukraine over the next decade. The cost of cleaning up the war rubble alone is $5 billion, they say. So at least 9,655 civilians have been confirmed dead in Ukraine, including 461 children, nearly 2 million homes damaged, more than 1 out of 5 public health institutions damaged, 650 ambulances damaged or looted. In all, the World Bank calculated $135 billion in direct damage to buildings and infrastructure so far, not counting broader economic damage. I mean, they've lost 29% off their GDP. It's a mess. And who's gonna incur the brunt of that cost to rebuild Ukraine? Is it going to be Germany? Is it going to be the UK? Do you think France will pony up $411 billion? You know it's going to fall to us. And we'll accept that responsibility. Yeah, we got to rebuild Ukraine, right? I mean...
And we will just print and
just
print
keep doing
and
it.
print.
Yep.
Devalue our own dollar for the sake of rebuilding there. Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun.
And they're going to have no responsibility in rebuilding their own country. Or very little, I'm guessing. It's going to fall to us. So Russia and China looking out to take over the world, but our U.S. military's in good hands, right?
Good. That's good. I didn't think so, but now I'm encouraged by that lead-in.
Well, here's a Washington Free Beacon story. Rather than diminish military readiness, woke policies such as gender pronoun training help soldiers. See, you didn't count on that, did you, Keith? You were thinking woke policies were weakening our military, but no.
I'm narrow-minded.
They're strengthening it because the soldiers feel included.
Thank goodness.
And when you feel included, well, you can fight
and take on the world
like an animal.
Yeah.
Like an animal.
Just got to include me.
Like a Bengal tiger, you can fight.
Wow.
When people join our military, they want to look around and see somebody who looks like them.
That's the key.
That's the key.
I gotta find.
And you know that's the first thing, right? That's the first thing. You're looking around, thinking, "Who looks like me?" There's a guy over there.
I just want to know if you can take out the enemy before he takes out us. But no, I guess I'm old school.
Brown with Marine Corps Commandant General David Berger dismissed concerns about woke policies in the military, praising the building of cohesive teams of service members. No matter their background, Berger said, he's seen zero evidence that such policies have reduced Marine focus.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. What nonsense. This can't help but weaken the military. The official's comments come as House Republicans push to cut Pentagon spending on so-called diversity and inclusion training.
Oh, thank goodness.
Finally, including an Army program designed to train soldiers on using proper gender pronouns.
The time we spend on this crap when we could be learning how to defend ourselves.
One Navy video, and I think we played this.
I think this is different. I think it's a different one.
It's a new one?
I think this is a different one.
We got to find it then.
Yeah, what does it say again?
It shows how to create a safe space and use pronouns.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
We should look, because it might be worth playing again if it's one we've played. Republican Senator Roger Wicker from Mississippi said the Biden administration is shaping the Department of Defense into an institution that's spearheading toxic social policies instead of restoring military strength. You know that's what's happening. Other Republican members said the only military spending they support cutting is wokeness.
Good.
On the House Armed Services Committee, we're laser focused on the threats we face and the capabilities we need to defeat them. According to committee chairman Mike Rogers from Alabama, he said Republicans are examining programs to decide if they help achieve that goal. If not, those programs will be out. Thank heaven we took over the House at least.
Mm-hmm.
The military is struggling with hitting recruitment numbers. The Army missed its goal by 15,000 people last year. It's nothing to worry about. Don't worry about that.
But that's okay because China is bringing peace to the world with their plan.
Right.
For Ukraine and Russia, and which is, by the way, completely one-sided toward Russia. Surprise!
Wow. All right. Did you find the ad for the Navy?
I just sent it to him. It's not a new one. It's the old one from 9 months ago. But hey, we got a Pride Month coming up. We'll get more soon.
All right.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Don't forget, we're all over the socials. YouTube.com/Pat Gray is where you can find us on YouTube. YouTube.com/Pat Gray. We have an Instagram page. We need to pay more attention to that. Instagram.com/Pat Unleashed. And then, of course, our Facebook page is Facebook.com/Pat Unleashed. Okay? And then, you got your Twitter thing. It's Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Yeah, that's an important place because that's where we put the bingo card every week. And we'll post one. We'll probably go ahead and post one later today for next week. A new game will start on Monday.
All right. And let's see, we got theblaze.com/Pat where you can subscribe, and then you sign up for when you sign up and for your subscription, then you also get access to our overtime, which happens every day, Monday through Friday. You get access to what? 12 different overtimes? Is that what it is?
Oh my gosh, is that right?
I think it's a bunch. It's a lot. And then, of course, all of Glenn's TV shows and all that the Blaze has to offer. So sign up. Kev up in Maine tweets, I live in government housing up here, and for 3 straight years, the housing authority employees have not been in the office.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Think of all these people, money that they've saved on gas while you've been going into work every day for the last 3 years. I'm not bitter, I'm just saying.
Lumbee IT department. If I ever got pulled into Congress to testify, I just answer, I don't know, to every question they asked.
I like it.
Even things like, what's your name? Nah, I don't know. Seems to be perfectly acceptable for everyone who enters that chamber. Sure does. Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure.
I don't know.
It's been a long day.
I don't have that in front of me. My name? Yeah, I don't have that in front of me.
I just want to sit up there so I can put my hand over the microphone and lean over to my counsel like, what's my name? What is it? Yeah.
From Frank Johnson, my questioning would include pruning shears. Just saying. Pruning shears, what would you do with those? Huh. Sounds like he's thinking of cutting something off of someone, doesn't it?
Wait, what? I missed that one.
His questioning would include pruning shears. Just saying. So I think he's just saying.
I don't know what that means. That one slipped through.
Joplin Steve tweets, where is Bull from Night Court when you need him?
Oh, yeah.
I noticed they're doing Night Court again, right?
Yeah.
With John Larroquette, who's 96 years old or something?
Right.
Ape Lincoln tweets, I love how Kennedy just thanked the dude for his airball of an answer and forfeited remaining his time.
He could have gone on, man.
McFlurry, Senator John Kennedy for president. Could you imagine a White House press conference with him in charge? Yeah, it'd be great.
That would be fun.
It really would be great. Let's see. In Michigan, the University of Michigan, they're definitely inclusive.
Okay.
This is great because their graduation celebrations are based on race and sexual orientation. Thank goodness. So there's a lot of DEI going on here. They've decided to host 5 separate identity-based graduation celebrations.
Wait a minute, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like
What do you mean?
segregation.
What?
That's what it sounds like.
Huh.
Like almost like, isn't that what we were told was bad 50 years ago, was separate but equal?
Yeah, that's true. By the way, this isn't University of Michigan. It's Grand Valley State University, located in Allendale, Michigan.
Okay.
Just a few miles west of Grand Rapids. They now offer a graduation celebration for students who identify as Asian, Black, Latino, A/X. What? I'm unfamiliar with Latino A/X.
That's a new one. You better start remembering it, sir.
Native American. And LGBTQIA2+. So, 1, 2, 3. Yep, sure. 5. That's 5. LGBTQIA2+ students, or ostensibly students who identify as any sexual orientation other than heterosexual, may attend what has been dubbed as the Lavender graduation.
Okay, this is insanity.
At this celebration, the Milton E. Ford LGBT Resource Center will award one such Grand Valley State University student with an outstanding LGBTQIA2+ graduate award.
No, take my name off the building. You're doing crap like this in there. Take my name off the building.
This is for a person who has excelled in leadership and academically during their time at Grand Valley. And, of course, they're lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, two-spirit, or whatever else.
Or whatever. Is that what it says on there?
No.
Or whatever else?
No, I threw that in.
No shortcuts, sir.
Sorry.
I mean, this is serious business.
Jeez. So is there a straight white celebration, or do I have to attend one of the others?
Oh, you don't even get one, bro.
I don't get one at all?
I don't
get graduation?
You can go home. You can go home and just play.
Straight whiteys need not apply at Grand Valley State.
Play Call of Duty with your friends across the country.
All right.
You're not going to a celebration here because you're cis, white, etc.
Well, when I graduate, can I then go into the Navy where, they've done some special DEI training for me, at least? We do have I think we have the ad, don't we?
Yeah.
The Navy ad. I think we did play this a while ago.
Yeah.
But here it is again, just a reminder of what our military is going through right now.
Hi, my name is Johnny, and I use he, him
Johnny.
pronouns.
Hi, and I'm
He,
Kanchi,
him.
and I use she, her pronouns.
And we're here to talk about pronouns.
What is a pronoun? A pronoun is how we identify ourselves
What is a
apart
pronoun?
from our name, and it's also how people refer to us in conversations.
Using the right pronouns is a really simple way to affirm someone's identity. It is a signal of acceptance and respect.
If it's a signal of acceptance and respect, how do we go about creating a safe space for everybody?
Right, in the
That's
Navy.
a good question.
Yeah.
A really good way to do that is to
it's
use
really not a good
inclusive
question.
language.
It's really
Instead
not.
of saying something like, hey guys, you can say, hey everyone, or hey team.
Oh, jeez.
What would I do if I want to know someone's gender identity, or pronouns.
The most important thing is do not pressure anybody into giving you their pronouns. Some people may be going through the process of discovery and they are not ready yet to tell you what their pronouns are, and that's okay.
So I should just lead with my pronouns, and they may follow or not, and if they don't, then I can just continue to use gender-neutral language.
Yes, exactly. Just to share something with you that happened the other day.
We made better stuff in high school, man.
We were talking about pronouns, and somebody was disagreeing with how different people see themselves as different pronouns, and
one take.
The argument was, if you look like a female, then it's she, her, because that's what's normal, and if you make me call you something else, then you're infringing on my rights. And I was really taken aback by the comment, and I really wasn't sure
Were you
how to
taken
respond,
aback?
and the only thing I could really think quickly to say was, it's not about you at all.
Help me.
And
I can't take it.
It's mostly and ultimately about respect.
It is about respect.
It is
That's an
about
important point to make. And I think
respect.
you did the right
It
thing.
is.
Help us.
I think it's important to keep it
It's
short
not about
and
defending our
simple.
nation.
What
It's
I would have
it's about
said
respect
to
for pronouns.
help them understand better
I can't take
is
it.
to talk about mispronouncing names. For
wanna
example,
vomit. Here we
my
go.
name is Johnny, spelled Jony. And it's
What? That's Joni,
normal
not
for
Johnny.
someone to pronounce my name like
I
Joni.
love that sweater
If I were
of
to
his,
tell
too.
you
Right.
over and
You're gonna
over
tell
again,
me
my
over
name
and
is
over.
Johnny.
Well, then why
and
don't you spell it like a
insist on
Johnny?
mispronouncing my name, I would feel disrespected by you.
Oh wow, that's
Some
too
names
bad.
are
That's
very
too
difficult to
bad.
pronounce.
And you're in the
But
Navy?
you know what is
You're
very
defending
easy
our
to pronounce?
country?
She, he, they.
Oh, go. No.
She, he, they. Knave speaks.
Right here, right here.
That's,
Aliens?
Jeez.
Come on, aliens.
That's embarrassing.
Get here. Get here, aliens.
You're telling me that doesn't diminish our readiness? You're spending that kind of time on that kind of bull crap, and that's not diminishing our military?
No, that'll help with recruitment.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, when do the aliens get here, Pat? Help us.
I hope soon. I really hope soon. Yeah, well, there's a time traveler, too, who's coming, and he's going to predict our future.
Well, he already has.
Oh, he already did. Yes, aliens will conquer Earth.
When? Tell me when. When? How long do I have to wait?
Today.
Wait, today, March 23rd?
Yes. March 23rd, 2023. Aliens will conquer Earth today, according to a time traveler. Oh, good.
Yes! Yes! We got there.
Huh.
Okay. Well, tell me more.
The name of this time traveler is Eno Alaric. He's a person who claims to be a time traveler and has revealed in one of the most popular social networks of recent years on TikTok that the future of the human race is in danger
today,
as a group of aliens will conquer planet Earth. In his assertion, he has given the specific date on which this will happen, and it is today, March 23rd.
Let's go. What time? Doesn't say.
I don't think it's
all right. So within the next
time,
12 hours or so, we're good.
Yeah. A story like the one he tells could not fail to have an apocalyptic moment, something that Eno has also shared with his followers. According to his revelation, only a small part of inhabitants of our planet will survive. What's more, the fact that that fact will be possible thanks to another alien, a good one, who will be known as the Champion. I guess the Champion is going to save some of us.
Here he is. This is the Champion right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a helper champion alien.
This story told by Eno to his more than 200,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
Was revealed last December 30th, but it's now become more popular due to of course, it's today. That's why.
Today.
A very hostile alien species is coming to take back Earth. Take back Earth? They used to have it?
Sure.
We will not win, he said. Well, if somebody can travel here from the planet that they live in, of course we're not going to win that war. They've got technology far beyond ours, if that's the case. Another alien whose world was destroyed by the hostiles will save some of us. Okay. On March 23rd, 2023, that's today, about 8,000 people will be taken to another habitable planet.
Let's go.
Eno has indicated in his post on the social network that, 8,000 of us are going to survive and go to a different planet.
You think you're among them? You think you're going to make it?
Nope, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Guess we'll know soon.
In fact, I'm going to stand right underneath where their ship comes in. I want to be among the first to go.
Land on me.
Really tired of it. As it were the script of an apocalyptic movie, for example, Zombies, the time traveler also revealed that those 8,000 saved will be selected based on their abilities to be able to save other Earthlings.
Oh, yeah, I'm not making it.
While this is happening, his pessimism about the future of the planet is evident in his comments.
Shoot.
Earth is on the brink of destruction.
That's just too bad.
Yeah. So there you
We're
go.
done. Okay.
We're done. Today.
Yeah, I'm not making the cut of the 8,000 that can help
No
others,
way.
that's for sure. And I did look, because I thought that's a pretty big story right there of what's about to happen today. In fact, you could be listening to this podcast while being beamed up. As we speak, in your ear, you may be floating above the earth to a spaceship. I don't know. But I looked, I thought, surely Psychic Nikki saw this coming. So I looked up her predictions for 2023, and I just checked. There are 3 that reference aliens.
Okay.
Number 1 is a cloud-shaped, I'm just reading verbatim here. A cloud shaped like a giant donut will be seen in the sky all over the world, could be an alien ship.
Oh.
That's a big cloud.
So that could be today.
Okay. An alien ship will land.
All right.
More UFO and alien sightings worldwide. It didn't say anything about them taking us over.
No.
Which I feel is lacking, because we heard from a time traveler what to expect, and Nikki apparently doesn't see that.
So if today passes and the aliens don't take over, is Eno going to come back and say, okay, I'm not a time traveler, I was just trying to mess with you? Are we going to hear that? Is that what we're going to hear tomorrow?
You know how Al Gore made all these predictions years out, and we finally got there and passed him, and he was wrong. This guy only went 2.5 months out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he said this in December. Bro.
You got to be pretty confident.
Yeah.
To make a prediction that soon.
Give yourself some more time to capitalize on merch and stuff like that.
Right. All right. Let me tell you about My Patriot Supply. Every day the headlines get worse and worse. I mean, how much worse could it get than aliens are going to kill 7 billion of us and only 8,000 are going to be left? That's pretty bad. So if things get really bad, then I seriously recommend you stock up on emergency food right away. You never know when the next shoe is going to drop. And when it does, emergency food will be hard to find. So hopefully you've got some that you bought yourself. Get yours while it's on sale. Go to mypatriotsupply.com. Check out their popular 3-month emergency food kit. You'll save $200 per kit right now. Get 1 kit per family member, so that you don't go hungry, so that nobody in your home goes hungry. Each kit gives you a wide variety of delicious breakfast, lunch, dinners, drinks, snacks, providing over 2,000 calories a day for optimum strength and energy. And if you act now and claim your $200 savings per kit, you'll sleep better, knowing your family won't suffer when things get really bad. Go to mypatriotsupply.com. You'll enjoy free shipping, too. mypatriotsupply.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I got a few tweets here. Fake Tyler Morgan tweets. What is my commencement for identifying as a gay, black, Asian, Latinx, Latinx, trans, vegan, lizard person at that college?
Right. By the way, in that same vein, in the NHL, it's now becoming a trend to ditch these pride jerseys. That teams, are supposed to be wearing and stuff. The Blackhawks are now the 4th team. They join the Rangers originally, Islanders. Forget who else, but anyway, it's good to see, all because it started with that player for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Started with one guy who said, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to celebrate it. No, sorry. Yeah. I'm not going to do it.
And man, the San Jose Sharks, their social media team is just so ridiculous with this stuff. Tweeting about like the history of identifying as a different sex and all this stuff. I mean, you're in last place, so why don't you play hockey?
Right.
But they had a player out there that said, I'm not going to wear this. And the face-saving angle that they're taking is they don't want to get Russian players in trouble because Russia is so anti any rainbow, whatever. And so I just, it's good to see some victories here and there, in our society.
Yeah, a few. Not enough, but a few. Just Too Muck and Fudge tweets, geez, Pat, Joni was not, I'm sorry, he pronounces it Johnny, was not wasting any extra N's and even saving an H. That's How right. intolerant of you. Yeah, well, sometimes you need an extra N to show us that it's not Joni. Glenn doesn't need the extra N.
Right.
Because that doesn't say glean. Right? So, there you go. Lone Wolf 2965 tweets, if the invading aliens will go after the world's politicians and the WEF first, I for one would welcome our new alien overlords. And Alex Gray tweets, I believe Keith is to blame for all the illegal crossings because his sign says aliens send help. It should say space aliens send help.
That's a good point. I need to be more specific.
Yeah.
And about the time that I started holding this up, that's when the border started to get out of control. So you might have...
Wow. So you started holding that up at 40 years ago?
Might have
Is that what happened? Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Actually, it's probably more like 60 years ago. But, it really got bad 40 years ago when Reagan pardoned all the illegal aliens in 86. It wasn't quite 40 years ago, but darn near. And ever since then, after sending that wrong message from President Reagan, one of the few things he really screwed up on, that opened up the floodgates. This is kind of an interesting story. Apparently, dad jokes help kids develop into healthy adults, according to a new study.
Oh, my kids are going to be healthy.
Despite the embarrassment that they can cause, might do some kids good in the future. Humor researcher Mark Haig Knudsen published a study in British Psychological Society's journal this week, arguing that dad jokes actually have a positive effect on development. Yeah, I don't believe that.
Really?
When considered properly, dad jokes are an intricately multi-layered and fascinating phenomenon that reveal a lot, not just about how humor and joke-telling work, but also about fathers' psychology and their relationships with their children.
Oh.
Dad jokes are typically inoffensive, corny puns. They're wholesome and age-appropriate, making it suitable for fathers to tell their children.
Really?
Huh. Okay. It's also what makes dad jokes so susceptible to accusations of being stupid, lame, and unfunny, according to the study.
So where can you find birthday presents for cats, Pat?
I don't know.
In a catalog.
Get
a rim shot or anything? That's not... Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Why?
Because then it would be a foot.
Okay.
Why does lightning shock people?
I don't know.
It doesn't know how to conduct itself.
Really bad.
What do you mean bad?
Really bad.
What?
I mean, really bad.
What? My kids actually got me this book.
Really? Like recently or?
I've had it for a couple of years, yeah. Dad jokes. There's so many of them.
By continually telling their children jokes that are so bad they're embarrassing, fathers may push their children's limits for how much embarrassment they can handle. According to the article, they show their children that embarrassment isn't fatal. So I guess you should tell them in front of their friends.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
For sure you should.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And make them embarrassed a little bit because it's good for them.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, can you imagine saying in front of your kids and their friends, hey, what did the overly excited gardener do when spring finally arrived? He wet his plants. Boy, that's not a good one. What is this? What did Sushi A say to Sushi B?
I don't know.
Wasabi.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You don't like it?
No.
What's the last one in this book? Why should you never trust a person when they're using graph paper?
I don't know.
They might be plotting something.
Okay, really bad.
Good stuff,
As I said, really stupid and really bad. But you keep telling them because it's good for your kids.
That's right. If you want healthy kids,
tell dad jokes.
There you go.
That are really, really bad. And there's a whole book of them right there.
Right there on the floor.
All right.
Dad jokes.
Anybody's welcome to it. Anybody who shows up today and finds the dad jokes on the floor, you're welcome to take them home with you.
But you can only use them today because the aliens are coming to destroy us. So you've only got a few hours left to get all the dad jokes out of your system today.
You're probably going to have to live in the DFW area in order to get these dad jokes.
I didn't offer this book to anyone, sir.
Okay. You really want to keep it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a gift for my kids.
Okay. So tomorrow it'll be the 7-week point of the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Keith went to Google Maps.
Oh, yeah.
And figured out why Biden hasn't made it up there yet in 7 weeks.
Yeah, see, there's a little man blocking the road with a shovel. And
no wonder.
You can't get around that. That feels like a dad joke.
It does feel like, yeah, it does.
As people pointed out, that's no little man with a shovel. I mean, look at the side. Look at for scale, that's a giant with a shovel.
Which is why you can't fly over him.
You can't fly over him. You can't.
Because if he sees the plane try to get over him, he takes the shovel and smashes the plane with it.
Well, there you go. That's why Biden hasn't made it up there.
There you go. I mean, you can't expect him to get by the guy, right?
A lot of people in Pennsylvania chimed in and said that's actually the state seal of our state of Pennsylvania.
Construction. That's Fort Worth's seal as well.
Yes.
Jeez. Uh-oh. Big scandal involving Tucker Carlson and his team. You familiar with this?
Not at all. What is going on?
Oh, man. This could be his undoing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. A Fox News producer alleges Tucker Carlson's team, not Tucker Carlson himself apparently, but his team, posted photos of Nancy Pelosi in a bathing suit around the office. How dare they? I mean, the question is, and? What's your point on that? So?
I mean, that's
your big, that's the big scandal now involving Tucker Carlson. They made fun of Nancy Pelosi in a bathing suit. Oh, no. Oh, that's just so misogynist.
Oh, yeah.
The employee filed a discrimination lawsuit against the network, accusing it of pervasive misogyny. Not an attempt to, make some money from Fox News at all. I'm sure she was legitimately horrified that they put pictures up of Nancy Pelosi showing some cleavage.
Oh, there's a lot more.
Oh, that's
than that
nasty.
showing.
I'm
glad we don't have that. I didn't know the story was coming up, so I'm glad.
I'm glad because
don't look for the photo, Kayla. Do not. Now, if that was around the office, then it's just like, haha, okay.
I know.
Yikes.
So what? Stop it.
However, I'm on the side of this producer that's suing or whatever.
Okay.
If the photos were in the break room where food is served. That's nasty.
Because you could barf up your food.
That's nasty.
Yeah. The lawsuit alleges the photos revealed Pelosi's cleavage, with the joke being that she looked bad. Well, that's not a joke. That's just fact. That's just cold, hard, unadulterated fact.
That she looked bad.
She did.
Breaking news.
Come on. She's 82 years old. You don't want to see that? You don't want to see that. A Fox News producer alleges that she's probably owed millions now, I'm sure. The employee, Abby Grossberg, filed a discrimination lawsuit against Fox News, Carlson, and several executives and producers in Manhattan court on Monday. In the suit, she says on her first day working on the Tucker Carlson Tonight show, in September 2022, she was shocked to be greeted by many large and blown-up photographs of Nancy Pelosi in a plunging bathing suit revealing her cleavage.
That's awesome.
You were shocked by that?
Go home then. Just leave.
Yes.
Go home.
Yeah, right. You don't belong here, okay? You get over to MSNBC or CNN and shut up. I'll bet they never. I mean, she's too sacred at those networks for anybody to make fun of her. The images were plastered onto her computer and elsewhere throughout the office, she says.
Welcome to the team.
And the lawsuit alleges, I mean, this is amazing. Apparently, the joke was that Speaker Pelosi looked terrible in a bathing suit.
Wait, why would you come to that conclusion, young lady? Wait a minute.
How do
She's
you
the
know
one
that they weren't just turned on by it and wanted everybody to see it and feel the same way? How do you know?
That's on
You
her.
don't know.
That's on her. If
That's
she's
on
interpreting the plastering of Nancy Pelosi all over the office as some sort of dig at Pelosi,
that's on you, Putin.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you responded that way. That was your reaction. That's on you.
Abby, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Pumpkin? All right. We'll get a lawsuit, too. He called me Pumpkin. That's degrading and misogynist. Grossberg's lawsuit alleges the photos were one example of how pervasive the misogyny and drive to embarrass and objectify women was among the male staff. Shut up.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You can't do that.
If you're objectifying a woman, you're putting up, Margot Robbie. You're putting up Kate Beckinsale in a swimsuit. You're not putting up Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, who's 82.
Read that sentence again, because that is trying to have it both ways. Read that sentence one more time, please.
They were one example of how pervasive the misogyny and drive to embarrass and objectify women was among the male staff at Tucker Carlson.
So
tonight.
you're objectifying and you're making fun of her at the same time?
Yeah, which is it?
No, you can't do that. You got to have one or the other, lady. Come on.
That's right. And that's easily slapped down because you're not objectifying Nancy Pelosi. That's not what the goal was there. I think you were on to something in the beginning where they're mocking her. But whatever. I mean, this is just stupidity. The lawsuit also describes hostile and sexist behavior toward host Maria Bartiromo, who executives called crazy, menopausal, and hysterical. A producer for a different Fox News show, the lawsuit alleges, called Bartiromo not as credible as male anchors at the network.
For what basis? I don't know.
A spokesman for Fox previously said in a statement to Insider that the company engaged an independent outside counsel to immediately investigate the concerns raised by Ms. Grossberg, which were made following a critical performance review. We will vigorously defend Fox against all of her claims, the statement continued. Well, good. Because this is it's a money grab. Just stop it. Shut up. She began working for Carlson's show, Tucker Carlson Tonight, in July 2022 before Fox placed her on forced administrative leave on Monday, hours after it filed a preemptive lawsuit against her. Oh, good. In her lawsuit, Grossberg alleges that while working on Tucker Carlson Tonight, she was isolated, overworked, undervalued, denied opportunities for promotion. You got there in July of last year. What the hell promotion do you deserve already? Get out of here. And generally treated significantly worse than her male counterparts, even when those men were less qualified than her. Of course, all men, I'm sure, are less qualified than her.
So 7 months, is that when you should expect to be promoted?
Yes.
Should she have her own show by now?
Yeah, she should have her own show and be an executive at Fox by now.
I want a VP after my name. I've given a good 7 months to this company, and I don't have a title.
How ridiculous.
That puts me on the upper floor.
Wow. On her second day working on the show, a producer asked Grossberg whether her former boss, Bartiromo, was, oh my.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. What happened?
I'm going to say doing Kevin McCarthy, according to the lawsuit. Wait, what? That's a weird question. Okay, that might be problematic right there. I don't know that that's appropriate. Ahead of an appearance.
Wait, what am I missing here?
On her second day. So on the first day, she has to put up with the Nancy Pelosi pictures. On the second day, a producer asks her whether Maria Bartiromo was with
Oh, my goodness.
Kevin McCarthy in the biblical sense.
That's not
good. Oh, no. Kayla, we told you no. Oh, my.
I know it's the
I just threw up in my mouth.
Yeah, it's the breakfast hour.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good.
That was a unilateral decision by one Kayla in the other room.
Yep. We will not be posting that all over the office today.
Maybe.
Ahead of an appearance on the show by then candidate for Michigan Governor Tudor Dixon, staffers discussed whether Ms. Dixon or her opponent, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, was hotter.
I did.
There's no question about that. Come on, that's not even a question. Are you serious?
That's awesome.
Tudor Dixon or Gretchen Whitmer?
Crazy eyes with Whitmer. Crazy eyes.
Oh, man. I mean, seriously, you can't even joke around. You can't talk about this kind of stuff anymore. You just can't. Because somebody's going to pretend to take offense to it.
Now, this...
And go file a lawsuit somewhere.
If we take the show full circle here, let's go back to earlier when the HHS director had no idea how many federal employees were showing up to work.
Yeah.
This is why you stay home.
Right.
Then you don't risk offending someone in the office.
That's for sure. One producer who himself had tattoos agreed that women with tattoos, nose piercings, or rainbow-colored hair were disgusting. Could this get any dumber? The same producer also declared that a room designated for Fox News employees to pump breast milk was a waste of space.
What is happening?
And should be replaced with a room of tanning beds.
Okay, now that's Fox News right there.
Oh, no.
Right?
For the guys to tan their giblets.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, hold on a second. Pat Paul. Pat full time. Okay, I don't even know. There's so many possible answers to this question. If you're a dude, have you either A, done that, B, even considered that,
no,
C, even thought of that as a possibility,
none of the above,
or D, none of the above?
None of the above.
Thank you. I mean,
I wouldn't even think to say it.
On
That's
what
something
occasion?
I would never.
On what occasion would you have the opportunity to be like, "Oh, so check this out. They're tanned." I mean, come on, man. What is the aliens get here when today?
It doesn't say what time. Just sometime during the course of the day.
Okay, well, let's go already.
So let's see. I'm trying to find out how much she wants.
Let's see.
But it doesn't say. Grossberg's discrimination suit also alleges lawyers for Fox coerced her into giving misleading statements in her testimony during the Dominion voting system's $1.6 billion defamation case against Fox. Is that over now?
No.
I didn't really follow that. That's still going on, isn't it?
So.
Yeah. Doesn't say how much she's asking for, but you know it's millions.
What?
You know it's millions. Maybe tens of millions. Gosh, so ridiculous.
Hold on. I'm just reading this LA Times. Reading comprehension here is kind of a thing for me, so help me out here. A Fox News producer's discrimination lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch's Fox Corp. So this is a larger lawsuit than just, aimed at
the
Tucker
Nancy
stuff.
Pelosi thing, yeah.
Provides a wider glimpse into the network's alleged cultural problems, dealings with prominent Republicans, and finger-pointing following a $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit. That's the... That's got to be the Dominion one. The $1.6 billion.
Yeah, $1.6 billion is Dominion.
So her, like you said, I'm scrolling through here. I do not see a number attached to hers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me tell you about Moink. That is Moo plus Oink. Moink. 60% of U.S. pork production comes from one company. It's owned by the Chinese. Their hogs are given something called ractopamine, which is banned in 160 countries, including China. But somehow it winds up in your grocery store aisle every day here in the U.S. Well, Moink delivers grass-fed, grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken, and sustainable wild-caught Alaskan salmon straight to your door. No ractopamine in the pork. I mean, Moink meat is fantastic. You're going to love it. The best bacon you'll ever taste. Moink farmers farm like our grandparents did. And as a result, Moink meat tastes like it should. Because the family farm just does it better. Keep American farming going by signing up at moink.com/unleashed right now, and listeners of this show will get free bacon in your first box. It's the best bacon you'll ever taste, but for a limited time. Spelled Moink, M-O-I-N-K, moinkbox.com/unleashed. That's moinkbox.com/unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
You can't talk in the workplace anymore.
No, not about anything.
You can't joke about things. You just can't.
What I don't understand is during the break, the printer was working overtime over there. Martin apparently printed up 24 Nancy Pelosi pictures. No?
That was for his own enjoyment?
Oh, okay.
Is that your own enjoyment, Martin?
Understood.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right.
Come and get them. We don't want to look at them, man.
This is interesting because do you remember what Biden said about our friends are going to be more friendly and our enemies are we're going to make friends with our enemies and they're going to respect us and everybody's going to love us now because we finally got rid of that Donald Trump guy that everybody hated and now everybody's going to love us.
Yeah, the adults are in charge now, right?
That's worked out really well, hasn't it? It's gone really, really well. That's why the Australian defense minister says his country has made no promises to the United States that Australia would support us in any future conflict over Taiwan in exchange for American nuclear-powered submarines.
Ooh.
Okay. U.S. President Joe Biden and the leaders of Australia and the United Kingdom announced in San Diego last week that Australia would purchase nuclear-powered attack submarines from us to modernize its fleet amid growing concern about China's influence in the Indo-Pacific. But Defense Minister Richard Marles said his government had given the United States no assurances over Taiwan.
I mean, think about this. Has been an interesting week on the world stage. You've got the defense minister for Australia basically saying that...
Yeah, we're not with you necessarily. We may or may not be.
Yeah, don't be saying that. And you've got the Mexican president calling out Joe Biden, the president of the United States.
And you have China brokering a deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran.
Yep.
We've just been weakened all over the globe in the last week.
But at least, there's no mean tweets going out anymore.
Oh, yeah, thank goodness. Because that was, man. That was killing us, wasn't it?
Debilitating us as a nation.
Australia, like the United States, has a policy of strategic ambiguity in refusing to say how it would react to a Chinese attack on Taiwan. How would you want us to react to a Chinese attack
I will say
on
that
Taiwan?
If we are this unresolved when it's a hypothetical, we'll do nothing when it becomes
we'll
reality.
Do nothing. Yeah, that's true. Australia and the U.S. have also shared a bilateral defense treaty since 1951 that obliges them to consult it if either comes under attack but does not commit them to the other's defense.
Okay.
No, so we'll just let China take over Australia.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Honestly, after how Australia treated its citizens during the COVID era.
It's already China.
Exactly. It's like the same thing anyway, right? Mm-hmm. We're not far behind here.
It's crazy how far Australia's gone over the edge. And New Zealand, same thing. And Canada. And the United States of America, sadly.
You know what you just said until you got to the U.S., and you know that this is what they want for us. All of those societies, all of those Western nations have taken guns from their citizens. Australia,
right.
New Zealand, now Canada. My goodness, it's so much easier to implement your totalitarian rules and dictates when the citizenry is unarmed. Of course, the left wants that for Americans as well. And after the controversial election in Brazil, now that government is beginning to go after guns there as well. There you go.
They're going after guns. They're going after free speech. There's a story about Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau linking flat earthers and anti-vaxxers while warning of online disinformation.
Yeah.
During a town hall meeting on Monday, Trudeau framed the government policy debate around digital censorship as a competing balance between degrees of free speech and the state's ability to protect citizens from disinformation. We don't need to be protected by the government from information of any kind, whether mis, dis, or just information. Let us decide.
Yep, that's the new front for
is.
Canadian Marxists up there is the internet free speech.
And it's definitely, they're percolating here as well.
Absolutely.
Under the guise of mis and disinformation, they're trying to remove information from the internet. Governments have very limited tools to protect people in an online world, which is a good thing, by the way. It allows for a tremendous amount of freedom of expression, freedom of discovery, no oppression, government controlling what you see, what you want. But it also opens up a tremendous amount of, nonsense, I guess, of hate speech, supposedly, of things that are illegal, but also things that are just going to bring us down roads where we're going to get lost. That's what they're worried about. The population will just get lost in all this misinformation.
Yeah, look out for me, please. Govern me harder, Daddy.
Because you know that they know what's right and what's wrong and what's information and what's disinformation, right? The government knows.
I mean, what these governments are up to, it's you got to thank Elon Musk for purchasing Twitter because they used to have that back door. They could just handle censorship with the backdoor channel between governments and big tech. Well, now you've got someone who's not playing ball in that realm, and now they've got to implement this stuff via law. And that's where we're at in places like Canada, and like you said, percolating here as well.
And Trudeau linked flat earthers.
You keep doing that.
Anti-vaxxers and anti-science information with all of this stuff. They have the balls to say anti-science when they won't even admit what a woman is, or who can give birth to children, or who feeds children from their breast. Come on. Anti-science. There's no one more anti-science than the left, and that definitely includes Justin Trudeau.
Again, you're...
am I mixing up that name a little bit?
I think you might want to revisit the spelling. But yeah. I mean, just carry on.
No, it's okay. It's T-U-R-D, turd, Trudeau, E-A-U, Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Good. Close enough. Close enough.
He also called for increasing the share of women composing the technology sector's workforce. Technology firms with higher proportions of female employees relative to the industry average perform better financially, he claimed. He framed his position in the context of diversity, gender balance, and inclusive policies. Man, they have gone off the deep end. And just off the deep end.
So glad you brought up that whole woman biology thing. Anna Kasparian is an executive producer and a host on the Young Turks. Far left. Woohoo! Way out there left, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, she got into some hot water with the radicals on her side of the spectrum when she tweeted out, "I am a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or person who menstruates. How do people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this blank." And
nothing offensive at all about that. Come on.
The Young Turks audience went bat crap crazy.
Did they?
On her. How dare you? And they're canceling their subscription and all this stuff to that network.
Let them.
Yeah. So you cannot. It does not matter where you are on the political spectrum. My gosh. It used to be like the D, there was power in the D. You could be insulated from that. No. If you cross the rainbow jihad mafia gang and you dare say anything.
Especially the trans movement right now. It's more powerful than the gay movement.
It's more powerful than the Democrat Party.
It's more powerful than the Democrat Party. It's more powerful than the Islamic movement. It is the most powerful special interest group in the world right now. If you cross them, you're done.
How did that
Sorry,
happen?
We're coming for you.
Just snap.
I don't know.
And we were in a different world, man.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Really amazing to see. Wow.
Yep. So the aliens are coming. What you said? You don't know the time.
Don't know the time, but
we know
it's today.
So
They're taking over the planet today. They're going to kill all but 8,000 of us.
Okay, I'm willing to
just know that.
I'll take the chances.
I'm going to ground zero just to make sure that I'm among the first to go. All right, because
find out where the ship is landing, and I'm going to try to catch it.
Yep.
Oh boy.
All right, we'll see you again tomorrow. Plus, we do have overtime.
Lots of good stuff
coming up today.
Moderna CEO in front of Congress yesterday got grilled.
Rand Paul was really particularly good, and we'll share that with you. And a lot more coming up, and we'll see you again tomorrow.